Alright, today's project is going to be to install my Winegard Carryall satellite system. It's a portable that I've used for several years in rental RVs. This year my wife and I bought a 2024 Fleetwood Bounder 35K, and you can see it behind me here. And the Fleetwood series here is pre-wired for satellite dishes, and I will show you what that looks like inside. And there's also a piece of metal up on the roof which you'll see that actually labels the location of the wires for the satellite that come from the compartment for the TV controls to the satellite dish. So let's get started with this project. So this is the trailer, or the coach. So this is our 2024 Fleetwood Bounder. We store it in our side yard. We have full RV hookups here. It's a concrete slab with drains, so you can wash it and work on it back here. And then over here on the table, you can see the Winegard carryout. You can see the kit that Winegard sells for it to be roof mounted here, which I'll be using, and then some tools and stuff. And they're in a Home Depot Homer bucket because it's a lot easier to tie a rope to that handle, go up on the roof, and then pull the tools up to myself than to try and carry everything I'm going to need when I do this, or think I'm going to need. And I don't want to keep running up and down. So this is the setup, and this is the beginning. And the other thing to take note of is that you can see I could certainly go up the ladder that's on the back of the rig, but these 2024s are loaded with solar panels and everything on the back, and I just don't feel like dancing around them when I'm going to be working on the front. But something to always be cognizant of, especially in a neighborhood like mine, is that the power to the house does come in over here. And so you want to make sure that you have adequate clearance from the lines and that the ladder is nowhere near the power lines. And then as I'm up there working, obviously I'm going to be on this side of them, but I will be very cognizant that the electrical is above my head. So with that, we'll be up on the roof next. So if you look inside the coach, in the back of the living area is the TV compartment, and you can see the TV control box. You can see there's electrical back here. You can see all of the blue LAN cables that control the 4 TVs, and these wires here, these 2 black coax, are what Fleetwood has pre-wired into this area. On the back wall are the controls for the Winegard, which I have mounted on a piece of wood. So these are the things that translate the what comes out of the satellite unit on the roof will come in through these coax wires, and they will connect. There's 2 connections I have to use, and there's connection 2. You can see a little piece of orange tape on this front unit. And then the other connection is down on the bottom black box here that says coax from dish, right? And these are the things that all 3 of these pieces, because my Winegard uses a receiver that uses SWM technology, so these all translate that into the DirecTV receiver, which I normally just set here. And then when I pre-wire all this in, so I don't have to set up the satellite dish in the campsite anymore, it'll all just be hooked up. So when I'm ready to go on a trip, I'll just put the DirecTV box in here, and everything just plugs into it very quickly. And then all I have to do is turn on that power strip, and all the satellite activates, and the satellite will begin seeking the satellite signal. And that's all I'll have to do in camp, is just let it do its thing, let the DirecTV control box then download the channel guide, and we're watching television. So it's a pretty slick setup the way Fleetwood has this set up, and I'm going to take advantage of it. All right, so you can see I've got everything up here with me. I've got the Winegard and I've got the kit. I've already put the feet on. I'll take those off in a little bit when I glue everything down, and then I'll remount the satellite to the feet once they're in here. But by putting them on here, it's going to allow me to mark where they go so that I can place them precisely when I screw them, and then lap seal them in. And then that'll give me watertight there. Over here, you can see is the satellite pre-wire location, the way Fleetwood built the coach. And so I'm going to get that off. I'm going to cut through the lap seal and take out the 4 screws that are holding it in, and then going to fish out hopefully my 2 wires, and then I'm going to have to decide how I pull those up through here and then run them through this from here into the connections here. So for starters, I'm going to pull off the pre-wire location cover. So just to show you that the folks from Fleetwood who've been doing this a long time have got this pretty wired in, no pun intended, so let's say dialed in. This is the kit from the Winegard people for running satellite on the roof. And if you look at the exact size of that, and you can see how Fleetwood has set up the pre-wire location, that is actually a standard electrical J-box cover. You can see the slots that allow you to slide it off. And those holes should be exactly the same size as the 4 corners of this. I'll put in a couple of additional ones just to really make sure it seals down when I lap seal it back in. But all I've done so far is remove the factory lap seal so I can get to the box and the screws. I'll get that thing out of there, and I'm going to go fishing for some wire. So this is the next chapter of the story, and I saved everybody the pain of watching this process. But the way Fleetwood does this now is there was a plate right here that said satellite pre-wire location, and it's just a standard junction box plate with 4 screws, and then it was lap sealed on. So I took that off, and there was a circle drawn with a Sharpie underneath it, and if you pressed on it, you could feel that there was a hole drilled in the roof underneath that, you know, as far as the rubberized sheet coating of the roof. So I carefully cut that open, expecting to see the pre-wires, and when I looked in there, I had nothing but a hole and some styrofoam that was about maybe 3 inches around. And so then began the process of prospecting to find where those wires actually were. So it required a couple of days of coming up here and tinkering around, because I didn't want to, you know, really do a lot of damage, but I knew that they were in this area somewhere. And my suspicion is they were back here, and that when the guy at the factory made his mark, he mismeasured or rushed it, and it really should have been about here, because there's another pocket, an open space back here in the styrofoam of the ceiling insulation. So I chipped my way back in there to where I had a small opening, and then I borrowed a friend of mine's bore scope, and I pushed it in the hole, and I knew I was looking for these ends because they're labeled this way down in the coach. So they say RF1, RF2, and you can see 1 and 2 corresponds with what's going to be on the satellite, you know, that connection. So I could see poking up at me just the very end of one of these, and on the wire I could see that white band. So I knew I'd found the wires. And then it took about 30 or 40 minutes with a coat hanger to fish them out of there, and with me kind of, you know, using a little bad language the whole time. And I finally got it all apart and got the wires pulled up through the hole, and then I took the cover from the kit that I bought from Winegard and ran the wires out of it to where I was going to locate the satellite dish here on the front of the roof, where it's clear of any other obstructions, and screwed it down, lap sealed the area around underneath first, then put the plate on, then put the screws in, and then lap sealed the whole plate. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark around these. As you can see, I've set the screws in them, and there's 4 little cushions that attach to the Winegard tripod stand. I've removed those, but there's 4 other small little rubber cushions that I've left on there, and I'm going to let the screws pull down tight against that, and then I'm going to connect the cables, and then this installation will be done. So let's just give it a start and we'll see what we got. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these feet off, and I'm going to clean the roof. I'm going to clean the roof underneath there. You know, all these places where I want to lap seal, and then I'll screw my feet on. Once I screw the feet on, then I will put the nuts back on there with some Loctite, which I just put back in my tool bucket, so I need to fish that out. These are labeled. That's 2. Insert that dude right in there. Take that down nice and snug. The nice thing about having this install done is that in a few years, if I have to replace the satellite dish, the wiring's already here. The last things I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more lap seal around this area here, just because I've been moving those cables around even though I've got goop all around them, because roof leaks on your motorhome sort of bite. Alright, so that's about all you do with it, because it sort of takes it from there. It sort of oozes down and just sort of coats everything. That really should do it. Now we've got a installed Winegard satellite dish. These are pretty slick because they actually seek the satellite once you get in the campsite and you turn everything on and you give it power, and then it'll spend 8 or 10 minutes. You'll hear it working in there, whirring around. When it stops moving, you turn on your DirecTV or your dish receiver, and it goes out, finds a satellite, downloads your menu, and you're in business. So there it is, perched on top of the RV, and we're good to go.